Good evening, everybody out there in social media. My name's Adam White. I am Government and Legislative Affairs for the Alaska Airmen's Association, and looks like we are having some connectivity issues with Facebook. I apologize for that. It just never seems to be an easy way to do this, does it? I'm going to keep talking here on Instagram while we wait for Facebook to get caught up. I'm standing here at the Fairbanks International Airport. I have a meeting that actually started at the exact same time as we started this social media event that I need to go make a presentation for. So we're not going to go too long tonight. Just first wanted to run through some things. Don't forget, the Great Alaska Aviation Gathering is going to be Saturday and Sunday, May 4th and 5th at the Alaska State Fairgrounds in Palmer. And I will be there only on Sunday this year, as my oldest daughter will be graduating from college, and that graduation occurs on Saturday. So I won't be able to be there on Saturday to hang around with all of you. So some other things we want to talk about this evening. Once again, the Fairbanks General Aviation Association meeting is going on right now over at the UAF hangar, just a couple hundred yards that way. And when I'm done giving this update here, I'm going to head over that way and enjoy an evening with those folks. Wanted to go ahead and let you know about some other issues here. GPS jamming, actually GPS interference testing is what we're supposed to call it. The military doing some of that throughout the past year, a couple of years, several years actually. Received word last week that the military has no plans to do any GPS interference testing during their red flag exercises or distant frontier exercises this season. Now, that's not to say that the Army may not have an exercise plan sometime in the fall where GPS interference testing may occur, but there's no planned Air Force GPS jamming here in Alaska planned for this summer. I wanted to remind folks to please read the Alaska Supplement. Go through and look at that thing and read it. There's a lot of great information in there. And you should read that because there's information in there you need to know. And I've talked to a few people here in the past couple of months where they have told on themselves because they were asking questions that was listed in the supplement. Now, I get it. It's hard to find some of that details and information, and it's a little difficult to find. So all the more reason why you should read through that. One of the other things that has come up this time of year is, what does closed mean for a runway surface? Well, depending on which runway surface we're talking about and depending on what airport we're talking about. Lake Hood on the ice, closed could mean closed, but you could still use it at your own risk, but it also could mean that it's really closed. I will tell you that if a land surface, like a ski strip or a paved runway or a gravel runway, is labeled closed by NOTAM, you can probably guess that it's actually closed because there's personnel and equipment on it, or for some other reason that you really don't want to be there. All that to say, check the supplements, check the NOTAMs, and if you have questions, call the numbers listed in these NOTAMs that are published, or call the airport manager. By the way, that information is listed in the Alaska Supplement. One of the other big issues that we're tracking for you in the Anchorage area is the Glen and Seward Highway reconnect. And I guess redesigning all that is maybe the easiest way to say that. A couple of the options that have been put forth actually impact Merrill Field. And so we are watching that closely. And when the time comes, we're going to ask you to go ahead and submit a comment about how you think that may impact operations there at Merrill Field. Some of those options include removing some tie-down spaces, changing the taxiways, maybe even influencing some lease lots, like over off the end of the runway by the Northway Mall kind of thing. So anyway, keep an eye on that. Be watching that and be listening for a call to action from the Airmen's Association on that issue. Some encouraging news. There's a Senate Joint Resolution number 20 happening in Juneau, working its way through committees in Juneau right now. That joint resolution is encouraging our Washington, D.C. delegation to include language in the FAA reauthorization bill to be able to fix the ongoing problem with AWOS and ASOS stations here in the state. A lot of it is the communication links and some of the problems that we have there. And if the weather's not able to get all the way back to us as the end user, is the weather really available? So it's a major issue. A lot of those units have different levels of problems, and there's some push underway to see what we can do to help get that corrected. Speaking of checking NOTAMs, please check NOTAMs. Again, I've talked to several people in the past month or so that have told on themselves by asking questions that the answers were very easily found by actually reading the NOTAM. One specific example is at my home airport in Nenana. Our fuel is not available right now. Long story about that, but hopefully we'll get that back online before all the snow is gone and the rivers are flowing. But it's NOTAMed that there's no fuel available at the airport. But people still land expecting fuel and it's not available. So do your homework. Check those NOTAMs. Again, remind you of the Great Alaska Aviation Gathering on May 4th and 5th at the Palmer, Alaska State Fairgrounds. And look forward to seeing you there. I'll only be there on Sunday as, other things keep me away on Saturday. Some family obligations and celebrating my oldest daughter graduating from UAF. So also want to remind you to buy your raffle tickets. They are available on our website. Go to alaskaairmen.org and find those raffle tickets there. And they're selling fast, so make sure you get them quick. All right, that's all the things I had for you. A pretty short update for you this month. Looking forward to being there in Palmer and being able to see folks and talk at that point. And so looks like Facebook has rejoined, but then jumped back out. And it just jumped out again. So sorry, folks on Facebook. We got to figure out a better way of doing this. Seems like we're having more and more problems every single month. So, all right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I'm going to get over to this other meeting, the Fairbanks General Aviation Association meeting tonight here at Fairbanks International Airport, of which I'm standing out next to a friend's 185. Good place to do this here in Fairbanks. So with that, I'll say goodbye for now. Look forward to seeing you in a few weeks in Palmer.